No, so this one is from Boods49 on Instagram.
Okay.
He says, at Pat, considering Spurs have never signed an established world-class player, what makes you think that even if there is a power shift on the pitch, that a player would choose Spurs over Arsenal?
That's a good point. It's not a good point because I'm just thinking off the top, you signed Klinsmann, and he was definitely a world-class player when he came over. He had just had a sick World Cup. I think he won the Golden Boot that World Cup. And he came to Spurs, and everyone was shocked that we got him because he was definitely one of the most recognised strikers in the world. And also we signed Van der Vaart when he came over from Real Madrid. Granted, he wasn't having the best time at Real Madrid, but again, he was definitely recognised as a world-class player. So that's just two that I thought of.
You're back, everyone's a Pundit episode 4, and this is part 2. Thanks for watching if you're watching, and I hope you enjoyed part 1. We're going to get right back into it, but first of all, these are the guys, Patrick, Jason, you're here with Semps, and you will see that we're all wearing our Views t-shirts. So yeah, nice little t-shirts. If any of you want any, a few man them have copped some already. Any of you that want, I'll put my email in the description. So yeah, just let us know, send me an email, and then we'll arrange on how I can get you your Views t-shirts. But today, on this part, we're gonna get into something a little bit different. I've actually got some questions from you guys, you viewers. Got some questions for you, man.
Nice. All right.
So, going forward, in the comment section, let us know what you would like us to discuss. Let us know if you've got any questions for the man them here, okay? Keep pressing that subscribe button, keep sharing. And again, don't forget to hit the bell because certain man are subscribed. But if you don't hit the bell, then you won't get the notification when we drop the videos. So press that bell. But let's get into it, people. So, first question I'll aim at Mr. Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the P, you see the T. When you see the T, you know it represents.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
That's right. There you go.
So this one is from Boods49 on Instagram.
Okay.
He says, at Pat, considering Spurs have never signed an established world-class player, what makes you think that even if there is a power shift on the pitch, that a player would choose Spurs over Arsenal?
That's a good point. It's not a good point because I'm just thinking off the top, you signed Klinsmann, and he was definitely a world-class player when he came over. He had just had a sick World Cup. I think he won the Golden Boot that World Cup. And he came to Spurs, and everyone was shocked that we got him because he was definitely one of the most recognised strikers in the world. And also we signed Van der Vaart when he came over from Real Madrid. Granted, he wasn't having the best time at Real Madrid, but again, he was definitely recognised as a world-class player. So that's just two that I thought of. And even if actually, let's go back all the way, even before my time. Ozzy Ardiles.
No, we can't go back all that way. I think the question
I'm giving you three.
Ozzy Ardiles.
Was he not a world-class player?
Yeah, but we can't.
Argentina just won the World Cup that year with Maradona and all them man there. So come on.
No, I think mine was talking about in today's football, world-class players, because you're talking about a power shift and everything. So he's saying today, what world-class players have you not really signed?
No one. I mean, to be fair, we've had a model where we've actually developed world-class players. So someone like Harry Kane, undisputedly, he's one of the best strikers in the world. We didn't sign him. We bought him through the youth system, and he's become that guy. So we haven't signed a world-class talent. We're not that club yet. We're not big enough. And
so do you? So because I think Boots is getting at the fact that on the last episode we was talking about players going to Spurs over Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's why
we've not really had that where we've directly been involved in a player choosing either or. Even with the Saliba one, yes, he chose Arsenal. We only came in at the last minute and tried to hijack the bid.
Yeah.
So we've not really had, and the Ceballos one is a loan deal. If we're talking about us directly being involved for a player, then we'll have to see. That's not happened yet. So to be fair,
you still think that it could happen though, that a player would still choose Spurs?
I think so. Like even taking my Spurs hat off, if I took this off and we was looking at both teams and a player again had the chance of equal minutes, equal this and that, I do think that players would choose Spurs over Arsenal right now.
Okay, cool. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question, Boots.
Sorry, I went a bit around the bush, but I was trying to like...
So you can let us know. Anyway, Boots49, jump in the comments and let us know what you think of that, and then you and Pat can still get into it and then debate that. So I've got one for you, Jay. This is from Mancobia1 on Twitter, actually. He wants to, regarding the Pepe signing, so he believes he's one of the best young players in Europe. He said, is this a key moment in our transfer policy or activity in the transfer market? Because it's been very poor over the last few years. So do you think this is a change in direction for Arsenal?
Yeah, 100%, man. I feel that, like I said before, you know, under the old regime, we wouldn't have got a player like that at that price. We've probably been in for him. They would have fizzled out because of the price, but Raul, he's working wonders right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's a shrewd negotiator as well. So
who's that? That's someone behind the scenes, like.
He's he's in charge of the transfers, isn't it?
Okay.
So like, they're doing bits, man. I'm quite impressed because everyone's saying that we're strapped for cash, but technically we're not strapped for cash. Compared to other clubs like Man United, we probably got a lot less, but we're not broke as people saying that we are. You get what I'm saying?
You know, just spent 72.
Yes. So you know, it's a major coup, man. Major coup, because going forward, this is the levels of players that we should be going for now. You know what I'm saying? It's set the bar now for players in the future when we go for transfers. Like, I feel so. Yeah, man. Like, it's definitely made a difference.
Cool. All right then, Mancobia. Let us know what you think on Twitter. I don't know if... Yeah, you must be on YouTube because you've watched the video. So get at us, whether it's on Twitter or whether it's in the comments on YouTube. And anybody else, what do you think? Is this a new direction for Arsenal? I personally think it probably is. They're showing intent. Everybody has to step up their game now. Because there's no longer a top 4, there's a top 6. You can't be left behind. So, yeah. Okay, so... another question. You know what? We're gonna go at Richie Rich on YouTube. You've put a question to us as well. Thinking and you're asking, is Ole gonna last past Christmas? Now, granted, this question did come in before the Harry Maguire. So I'll answer this as honestly, and I would have answered this before Harry Maguire, and I'll answer this now. And I think I've made it clear on Everyone's a Pundit anyway that we are going to finish top 4 next year. There's no two ways about it. And now Harry Maguire has just put that stamp on there, certified. Yeah. So I don't see Ollie getting sacked before Christmas. I don't see him sacked after Christmas. I actually think Ollie's here for the long term. You can see now the club is backing him with his transfers, with his long-term vision. Exactly why we've not gone for Toby, because I ain't gonna lie, I was like, why don't we get Toby? Ollie's got a vision. He wants young players. He's starting to bring through the youth. He's obviously watched Sir Alex Ferguson very closely. Now, we can't get caught up in the Alex Ferguson mode, but what we can do is learn from the best and go forward. So Ollie's got his plan, and you can see that the club is backing him. So Ollie's going to be here for the long term. I can see him being here for
as
like
a
3
neutral.
years.
I mean, I'm not a neutral and say, of course, I support Spurs. We're rivals to Man United and all the other big teams. But looking at the money that they've invested in the squad, Ollie's obviously put forward his targets. They've gone out and done that. When Jose was there, they didn't back his targets. So,
they didn't back his targets in the last season.
The first one, though, they did.
Yeah. So looking at that, I would think it suggests that Ollie will be there for the season.
Yeah, he should. What's the point of getting rid of him at Christmas? Don't make no sense.
Yeah. Okay. So, sorry to keep calling that certain man. You know who you are for the. Me and you got a little thing going.
That was a mad Twitter thread that day, boy.
Yeah. Me and you got a thing going on. You believe that Ollie's going to be sacked by Christmas, and you're going to have to come on this show after Christmas with egg on your face.
Have you not put money? Has anyone put their money where their mouth is, or is it just?
He ain't gonna bet that, but he can come on the show, and then I can show him up and show him all you lot the donut who says that Ollie's gonna be sacked before Christmas. Anyway, we'll keep it moving. Let's see how many more questions we can get. Okay, this is from Alex Neo, also on YouTube. So you want to know, what do you say? Yeah, what youth have Spurs and Poch actually brought through?
Actually brought through Harry Winks, Harry Kane, Dele Alli.
What about your right back?
What is it? Yeah, Carl Walker-Peters. We've got a new guy coming through, Troy Parrott. Oliver Skipp played about 11 games last season. No one had heard of him before then. Juan Foyth.
I was going to say, where did Foyth come from? Did he come from?
He came from Argentina.
Yeah, but
he's a youth player.
Yeah,
Poch has showed a lot of faith in him because
when I
there's been times when I've been
why,
like, what the f- is he doing on the pitch? And he's another one. Carl Walker-Peters. Who else? We've got some new guys coming through as well, like Tangangia at the back. Even our goalkeeper, Gazaniga, he showed faith in him and brought him through. I've named about 6 or 7 players like that. So I'm a bit miffed why he's asked that.
Well,
but
Alex, you can see there he's named a few. So you can get at him
he's definitely
on YouTube
brought you through. So yeah,
and say what you was getting at with that question there, because he has named a few. So yeah, we probably got time for one more question. There's a couple of questions. All right, let's go with this one. This is by Peter B. Anonymous. I don't know, I'm not going to say what his social is, but are there too many international friendly fixtures and tournaments?
Yes.
There is an African nations next year and Euros. Fundamentally, is this burning players out at top clubs?
Yes. Yeah.
Plus, this summer you had the Copa America and Gold Cup competition, and which will also be next year. Jason, talk to us. What do you reckon?
I feel there's too many, man. There's way too many. I mean, Liverpool's front three, they've been involved. They ain't had a break. Liverpool's front three.
Yeah.
They've been involved in
Mane, Salah, Firmino, Copa America.
Copa America, the AFCON and all that. And it's just gonna burn players out. And they got to remember, in this country, they don't get like a winter break.
They do now. This season has been implemented for the first time.
Is it
this season?
It's coming in, because they've
coming in. So it's this season is in.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, we're gonna get 2 weeks off, which every club has to have at least 2 weeks off, depending on how the fixtures align. But they will, because
all at the same time.
Yeah, no, not all at the same time.
Serious.
But
so a club gets a 2 week period, but there'll still be fixtures going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's gonna be weird.
Because the argument is, if we want to compete with the rest of Europe and they're all having these breaks, how do we do that? Last year we had an amazing season. I mean, we had 2 teams in both, finals, etc. But we can't keep burning our players out. So going back to what you said, Jay, 100%. They showed something the other day, and they said that Son played 72 or 76 games. Alisson played above 70. Salah played about 60 odd. Alisson played about 70 odd games. And you're just burning out the top players.
It's a lot, man.
And then you get players coming late back from late to pre-season because they need a little bit of a break, and then they not up to speed at the beginning of the league,
and then they get injured, and then you saw the knock on of that last year in the World Cup. The English teams, I mean Spurs alone, we had like 9 players in the semi-finals. From the beginning of the season, Dele Alli was getting knocked, Harry Kane got injured, Trippier was getting, definitely it's a great question, and they need to really look at it and manage it, otherwise we are going to get real injuries.
But you know what, football's just about money now, isn't it?
That's what it is.
All of these competitions brings money, brings TV revenue, everybody's watching, it's good for the game. It's probably only going to get worse.
The prime example is the Audi Cup. We're playing in like Singapore, Shanghai. Really and truly,
what is this Audi Cup business? Because I see my man Mora on Twitter tweeting.
You know what? I see people getting onto him. He's Brazilian, isn't it? So he's not culturally aware of certain things like English players.
But how long has he been in there now? Is it just the last season he was here?
He came January 2018.
So he must know that the Audi Cup ain't nothing.
Yeah, but he was just saying that he's happy that we won a car. It's pre-season.
It was good banter though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just like, people, it's mad how many people have been getting.
I reckon he knew he was going to get that reaction, to be honest. Someone must have told him, but if you put that out, you're going to get
It's funny, man. People are tuned in. But going back to what I was saying, it's just like all of these things bring money in. Ideally, you don't want your players travelling around the world to play these pointless games, but it's all about revenue streams. You know what I mean?
That's it. So, you know what? That was a very good question there, Peter B. We appreciate it. And we agree with you, man. We think it's too much. Too much.
But clubs are greedy, innit? It's all about the bottom line, and these clubs will see it.
Have the clubs really got a choice? I doubt this. Sponsorship and all of that. They probably ain't got that much of a choice.
The club do sign these deals, so The clubs have a choice.
But no, but he's also talking about Copa America. You know, all of that,
so
the
the clubs-
African nations,
clubs have to let them
Europe.
go, innit?
You ain't got no control over that. So
Yeah.
yeah. Cameraman, we got enough time for another question. Yeah, let me get into.
One thing I will say though
Yeah.
about that, yeah, if players are feeling burnt out and it's too much, you can always just retire from international football. You get me?
You got
like Messi. Messi could take the heat, boy.
But all jokes aside, let's look at it from another point. Say you got someone like Sadio Mane, who's the star. He's one of the world's best players right now, yeah, and he's a star player for the Senegalese team. If he turned around and said, "I'm burnt out, I can't play," and the whole nation are relying on you, you can't do that.
That's
you
when
know
it
what I mean?
comes
You can't, but then your performance will get.
But I think is when you're at a certain age as well, you can't. You need that international football because that's also how you get recognised, isn't it? It helps your recognition.
When you're looking at the English, the Spanish, the German national teams, they've got star upon star players. But when you're looking at, say, like, I don't know, Senegal or Tunisia or even Nigeria,
they normally have one player in
one
it.
star or Egypt with Salah, you got one marquee player. He can't then turn around and say he's not going to play. It's not going to happen. It's not. You know, like his whole family would be under siege. They don't.
True,
I mean, you got to look at it like that.
So you don't play around.
Yeah, you don't mess about. So it's one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. Well, yeah. What do you guys think? Think it's too many? Do you agree with us? Do you agree with Peter B? Let us know. Comment and all of that.